Today we're making a simple caramel cream cake cooked right in the skillet. To start, combine about 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour with 2 teaspoons of baking powder. That's what I like about this recipe. It's very simple. Mix up the batter, pour it into the skillet, cover it, and let the stove do the work. No oven and no special cake pan needed. Next, set the dry ingredients aside for a moment. Crack 2 eggs into a clean bowl. Room temperature eggs work best here. Add 1/2 cup of sugar, and if you have it, add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Then pour in 1/2 cup of milk. Just like the eggs, it's better if the milk isn't pulled straight from the fridge. Now add about 5 tablespoons of a neutral oil. The oil helps give the cake a soft, moist crumb, which keeps it tender even after being chilled. Mix everything well until the mixture looks pretty smooth and evenly combined. Next, add 1/3 cup of shredded coconut and a pinch of salt for that perfect balance. The coconut is optional, so the cake will still work without it, but it adds a lovely flavor and a little texture. Now start adding the dry ingredients, but don't toss in everything at once. Add them in portions. Go by the texture of the batter. It should flow slowly from the spatula, not too thick and not too runny. Even if you have about a tablespoon of flour left, it's completely fine. Mainly, try not to overmix. Stir just until the ingredients come together. Now take a skillet. A non-stick skillet with a thicker bottom is best if you have one. Either way, I recommend greasing it well with butter or oil, especially along the sides. I also like to line the bottom with parchment paper, just to be on the safe side. Pour all of the batter into the skillet and spread it out evenly. Place the skillet on the stove, cover it with a lid, and cook on the lowest heat. I'd be cautious for this part. If the heat is too high, the bottom can burn before the center has time to cook through. As the cake cooks, moisture will collect on the lid, so wipe the lid a few times. This stops the water from dripping back onto the cake. After about 30 to 40 minutes, the cake should rise, the edges should set, and the center may still be a little moist. Cover it with a sheet of parchment paper, place a plate on top, and carefully turn the skillet upside down. Peel off the parchment from the cake, then return the cake to the skillet and cook for about 10 more minutes. The exact time depends a lot on your stove and your skillet, so check under the edges to make sure the bottom is not burning. Remove the skillet from the heat and let the cake cool a bit right in the skillet. In the meantime, let's make the milk soak. Add 1 tablespoon of sugar with 1/3 cup of milk. Bring it to a boil over medium heat, stirring occasionally. Remove the saucepan from the heat and let it sit for a moment. Next, make little holes all over the warm cake with a fork. These help the milk soak in more evenly. Spoon the milk mixture over the cake gradually. Add a little at a time so the cake has a chance to absorb it without becoming too wet. After that, let the cake cool completely. While it chills, we'll make the cream layer. Add 1¼ cups of cold, heavy whipping cream to a bowl. Beat on medium speed until you get stiff peaks. Cold cream is important here. It whips faster, holds more volume, and gives you a cream layer that keeps its shape better. Spread that whipped cream evenly over the chilled cake. But make sure the cake is not warm at this point. If it is, the whipped cream will soften, slide around, and lose its shape. Then, Pop the cake in the fridge for at least 30 minutes until the cream layer sets. Next, we'll make our caramel. Add half a cup of sugar and 2 tablespoons of water to a clean saucepan. The water really helps the sugar melt more evenly. Stir well, then place the saucepan over medium heat. Cook the caramel until it reaches a deep amber color. If it's too pale, the flavor won't be as rich, but watch it super closely because the line between deep caramel and bitter burnt caramel is very thin. Remove the saucepan from the heat and stir in room temperature butter. The butter makes the caramel richer and much easier to spread. Then add 1/4 cup of heavy cream, also at room temperature. Cold dairy can make hot caramel splatter and turn lumpy, so room temperature is the much safer option here. Go ahead and pour the sauce into a separate dish and chill it until it thickens enough to spread. Spread the cooled caramel over the chilled cream layer. Quick tip: if you want the caramel to have more time to thicken, you can make it at the start, before cooking the cake. It's time to make the cream for decoration. Add 1/4 cup of cold, heavy cream to a bowl and beat it on medium speed just until it becomes softly whipped and thick enough to pipe. Transfer the cream to a piping bag. If you don't have one, a regular plastic bag works too. Pipe thin lines of cream over the caramel. And if you're enjoying this simple stovetop cake, it would mean a lot if you liked the video and subscribed to the channel. Finally, use a toothpick to finish up the design. In an ideal world, I'd chill the cake for at least 1 more hour. But I don't have that kind of patience today, so I'm going to slice it right away. One important warning though, don't use a metal knife in the skillet. It'll scratch the nonstick coating, so use any non-metal spatula to separate and lift the pieces. And here it is, a soft, airy skillet cake with a light coconut flavor, a creamy whipped layer, and gooey homemade caramel on top. It's tender, creamy, and just a little sticky in the best way.